Can you see the shadows dancing on the wall before you? Let's find out.
Imagine that you are a child again, and you still believe in Santa Claus. When your parents tell you about the Yule traditions, you see them from the perspective of a child. Innocent, but also ignorant. When you grow older, you understand that there is no Santa Claus, and you see reality. You've passed the test. You have turned around and can now see what is causing the shadows on the wall in front of you to dance. Our mythology must be understood in this light. The purpose is not to make people believe in fictional entities and fantastical events. The purpose is not to make people believe the shadows dancing on the wall are real. The purpose is to educate and to distinguish the wheat from the tares. This explains the purpose of our mythology, but it also explains why the tradition of our forebears was replaced by Christianity and some places Islam. The native European tradition was a system of tests, and only the best would pass those tests and become initiated, enlightened, elevated. When the native European man diminished because of the domestication of animals, because of agriculture and later civilization, fewer and fewer native Europeans were able to pass those tests. And to more and more of them, their tradition remained a belief in Santa Claus. Before we continue, let me explain briefly why and how the domestication of animals, how agriculture and later civilization diminished the European man. In short, this brought an easier life and a much more comfortable life. The natural selection that the nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyle had ensured was removed. Life became too easy and too comfortable, and the native European man began to domesticate himself. This auto-domestication in turn led to a dramatic lowering of the intelligence level of the native European man. Because of that auto-domestication, gradually, over time, more and more native Europeans failed to turn around and see what caused the shadows to dance on the wall in front of them. Even in classical antiquity, the native European tradition had lost most of its meaning to the vast majority of native Europeans. It offered nothing to them. The majority had become too simple-minded to discover its deeper meaning. Thus, when Christianity arrived, it was possible to replace the native European tradition. The average man still believed in Santa Claus, so to speak, and thus could be duped, bribed, threatened, or forced to accept a new faith with promises that were much more attractive than that silly belief in Santa Claus. The new faith from the desert had little real content too. It had the depth of a shallow bathtub. So the native European man kept his native European traditions, even though he officially had accepted a new faith. Therefore, we see today a Christianity so steeped in pagan traditions, celebrating pagan high festivals and pagan gods and goddesses as saints, like the well-known Santa Claus, and incorporating pagan myths, songs, stories, and even ideals. Because of that, we are even today able to explain the native European tradition from A to Z. The intention with the videos on this channel is to explain all our myths and songs and stories. But we will take one step at a time. You will learn the secrets that our forebears had to discover for themselves. Now, that brings up a problem. If the modern native European man is not able to see what makes the shadows on the wall move on his own, Why should I help them out? In French, they have an excellent term for this, maïeutique, maïetics, which translate to English as midwifery, which is, here, a name for a Socratic method of giving birth to minds. Maya, a native European goddess, is the midwife helping the mother give birth. And I intend, with these videos, to help give birth to minds by unveiling the secrets of our forebears. The first secret that you already know if you have seen my videos is to know that the mythology is subjective. There are no gods and goddesses acting and reacting in a mystical realm of our world. You are the deities. Everything is happening inside you, or describing you and processes and stages in your life and previous lives. The mythology is about you. Eilóðinn, Selóðinn, Eilóðinn, Selóðinn, Eilóðinn, Selóðinn, Eilóðinn, Selóðinn, Eilóðinn, Selóðinn, Eilóðinn, Selóðinn. Thanks for watching.